In this video, I'm going to explain to you what a reverse diet is, when to use it, who it's for, and how I reverse dieted from 74 kg to 80 kg, still maintain my shape after losing 16 kg. So what is a reverse diet? All a reverse diet is, it's a period of increasing your calories after being in a prolonged deficit so you can get back to maintenance levels. And the idea is you do this so you don't gain back a whole load of body fat. So really it's suitable for someone who's been dieting for 8 to 16 weeks. They're finished their cut, they're ready to get out of it and bump up their calories back to maintenance. And with reverse dieting, there had been a couple of myths over the years with it, and one of them was that you need to super slowly increase your calories by like 50 a week and then find your maintenance. Now if you were to do that, you'd probably end up dieting for another 8 to 10 weeks. Like slowly bumping up your calories by 50 a week would be absolute torture, and thankfully it was debunked that you don't need to go that slow. You can actually just bump up the calories to someone's maintenance. Now, where you might just bump the calories right up to someone's maintenance, if you're someone who's experienced dieting, you've bulked and cut before, you have a real good idea of roughly what your maintenance calories are, you could bump up calories quite a bit. Whereas if you're someone who's just done a fat loss phase for the first time, like I've several clients that are in this position, we don't want to bump them up too high and then all of a sudden we're in a slight surplus, they start gaining fat and they put on a bit of fat too quick. We want to avoid that. So in those situations, I like to bump up the calories by about 300 to 400 per week. Let them settle for about 7 to 10 days at that number and see how we're looking. And then if we find it's plateauing a little bit or they're still losing weight, then we'll bump up calories again by another 150 to 200 a couple of days after that, and keep doing that all the way up. And what you will find with a reverse diet, so a common myth with a reverse diet that people think is, oh, when I reverse diet and I get back up to maintenance, I'm just going to be the same way as I was when I finished my cut. So say you finished your cut at 74 kg, people expect, okay, I'm back at maintenance, I should maintain at 74 kg, and that's not the case. What's going to happen is expect like 1 to 2, maybe even 3, 1 to 2 generally though, kg of weight gain, because you're going to have more carbs, your body is going to be holding on to a little bit more water. So you'll find that you gain 1 to 2 kg, you'll actually look better, you'll look fuller, but you'll still maintain your shape. So that would be a successful reverse diet. You gain about 1 to 2 kg, but it's not like rapid 3 kg plus, otherwise you're just back into a surplus. And then the other thing with a reverse diet is you still have to have the high standards that you had in the fat loss phase. So in the fat loss phase, you're tracking your calories, you're weighing yourself, you're looking at your progress photos. So just because you're finished the fat loss phase doesn't mean you throw all that out the window now. And that's where people fall down. They're like, cool, I've reached my goal, I don't need to do this stuff anymore. And then it just falls apart, and then gradually the weight starts climbing up. So it's important to still be dialed in this phase, tracking your calories, daily weigh-ins, checking your progress photos, just making sure the visuals are looking okay. And then how I did my own one when I went from 74 to 80 kg with my coach way back in the day, I was on 2100 calories. That was my dieting calories, so I was losing about a kg a week. And then once we finished the cut, we got to our body weight and shape and all that stuff, we slowly increased the calories. So I think I went from 2100 to maybe like 2500 or so. We settled there for a little bit. I was still losing weight on that because I was doing a good bit of running and kickboxing at the time. So we bumped them up another little bit, I think to 2800, still wasn't quite there. And then my maintenance after another bump up ended up being about 3k. But now that I've done that once before, I can go up a little bit faster. So on my last aggressive cut that I just finished, and I'm back doing one again after a diet break, I finished up at 80.9 kg, and then I was able to bump calories from 2190 to 2870, I think it was, or so, because we kind of knew my maintenance was probably around 3k from going through a couple of bulk and cuts cycles, so we could just bump it up a bit faster. So that's how we managed it. But if you're in the middle of a fat loss phase right now, you don't need to worry about the reverse diet. But if you're just coming out of one, these tips will really help you, and it's important to just be dialed in for your reverse diet, get it done. You'll probably be a little bit hungry for the first couple of days. It's a weird sensation because sometimes when you're dieting, you just nearly get used to it and the hunger isn't too bad. And then when the calories increase, I find with people the first couple of days, their hunger goes up a lot. So that's just something to be mindful of. Still make your good choices, still track, all that good stuff. So hopefully this was helpful. If it was, hit the subscribe button and I'll have more like this.